Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by La Valley Building Supply. And we're here to begin the second quarter at the Wheeler Gymnasium with the Stevens Cardinals leading 14-9 against the home Newport Tigers. Noah Spalding kicks it off into the corner. And that's Nicholas O'Brien coming up just short on the three-point attempt. Ethan Hood bringing it up the court now for Newport. Nice pass down low, but that shot's going to be blocked from behind, and Zach O'Brien pushing it up the floor to Smith. Smith back to O'Brien, a little bit of contact down low, no call. O'Brien gets it off to his brother Nicholas O'Brien, and that layup is going to fall. So I bet we know someone at home who's going to enjoy that. Angelo Nestor, the grandfather of the O'Briens, probably enjoying that little bit of brotherly teamwork right there for the basket.
And that was good work. That might have been the first basket scored on the first shot of a possession. They've had a lot of second chance points. Most of them obviously in the paint on putbacks.
Very good point. That basket was a result of some good passing, and it looked like a well-executed play there. As Zach O'Brien puts up the three, gets it to fall. So the Cardinals increased their lead to 10 here in the early goings of the second quarter. Ethan Hood with it now for the Tigers. Ty Richardson. Nice pass down low. And that's going to fall. That was number 42, Chris Perry, senior center for the Tigers. Listed as a center, 6'2". I guess that qualifies him as a center here.
And a very nice cut there. He saw he had an opening, he took the cut. Great awareness to make the pass, and that's what we need to see more often, because I don't think you're going to win this game on athleticism if you're the Tigers. You're going to make this on execution and following your shots, rebounding. You're not, if you have to go one-on-one with these guys all day, it's not going to happen.
Very good point, as O'Brien, Zachary O'Brien that is, gets another open look down low. Little 3-foot kind of shot, gets that to fall, and once again increases the lead to 10 points for the Cardinals. Jesse Stifler trying to get some space here. Good drive to the hoop, but unable to get that to fall, and now Noah Spalding quick up the floor for the Cardinals. Nice bounce pass to Sweet. And Newport's going to be called for the foul. So with that, we're going to take a quick break from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by La Valley Building Supply. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Jeremy Stout. And it's the Cardinals who lead this one by 10 points here early in the second quarter, as Zach O'Brien tosses up another three-pointer. Can't get that one to fall, and Ethan Hood with the rebound for the Tigers. And a nice pass by Hood, but O'Brien there for the block. Gets it to Spalding. Spalding has Parker in the corner, and then he's going to go for him. Smith knocks down the three-pointer, so a little light there from Parker Smith. Expecting big things from him this season. Played for the Western New Hampshire team in the Granite State Games this summer. One of the top seniors coming into the school year, as Stifler knocks down that three-pointer and sees a little love from Smith after making the shot. So, we talk about this being a rivalry between the two towns, but a lot of friendship between these two neighboring towns being so close. So kind of nice to see that as well.
Yeah, in this area, a lot of the games we cover, the towns are so close, whether it be a Kearsarge or Sunapee Newport, Hanover Lebanon, Stevens Newport.
Once again, offensive rebounds killing the Tigers right now as Zach O'Brien pulls down another board. Kicks it off to his brother Nicholas O'Brien, and once again, O'Brien to O'Brien. Three-pointer converted, and the Stevens Cardinals only increasing their lead.
Wide open in the corner, and I don't know if Newport has made some adjustments. Like you see Stifler there with a nice pull-up jumper to answer. Newport maybe made some adjustments, and now they're not guarding the perimeter enough, because we've seen in 4 possessions, we've seen 3 wide open three-point shots, 3 of them going down.
Nicholas O'Brien can't get that to fall, but Parker Smith with the rebound and putback, another opportunity for an old-fashioned three-point play.
And that time they don't have the perimeter guarded. You get the wide open shot, and they still didn't have a body on the interior offensive player.
Just a reminder, if your business is interested in advertising on YCN or you'd like your team to be televised, email us at info@ycnnow.com. So Smith here at the free throw line looking to convert the three-point play. Can't get that to fall. Jesse Stifler comes up with the rebound. So both teams kind of struggling from the free throw line so far here in the first half. I'm not sure if we're going to call it the charity stripe much longer.
Next 4 minutes crucial to the Tigers. It's down 13. They don't need to obviously cut the deficit down to 2 or 3, but they need to cut it in half before going into the locker room. But they also need to not panic. And you see there, maybe making a move that they shouldn't have, and then getting behind in the transition defense. A foul that was careless. And back to the line is Smith for 2.
Yeah, and I think Stifler a little upset with himself after making that foul. He knew he made the foul, trying to get the clean block. I bet if he had that to do over again, things would pan out a little differently. So Smith back to the free throw line to try to knock down a pair.
It's tough. You always think you can catch up to the ball controller and block it or knock it away before they get up to the hoop, but very rarely does that happen.
I can tell you honestly, Jeremy, I have never thought that about my own game. I am not attempting that block from behind. Smith knocks down the first free throw. Can't get the second one to fall, and that's going to be Newport ball. So the Stevens Cardinals still in control here, leading this one 30-16 with a little over 3.5 to play in the first half.
See what type of offense Newport can draw up on this possession. As Stifler brings the ball up, they really need to get something going and start making some of these possessions count.
Ty Richardson utilizing the pick, gives it back to Hood. Over to Stifler. Stifler has a lane, gets that shot off, and he's going to go to the line for 2. I think it's Parker Smith called for that foul, not as accepting as Stifler was on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, nice move there by Stifler. Off the dribble, he did catch Parker Smith going to the wrong side, and he did have him beat. So a good aggressive play for Stifler and a good call by the refs.
Stifler knocks down the first. Can't say enough about this guy's game, too. I mean, some pretty serious moves here for a point guard. Really fun to watch. I mean, you know, Newport may not have the best season ahead of them this year. You know, they have the potential to be a good 500 team, but that's one player that's, you know, really fun to watch, and definitely going to bring some people here in this Wheeler Gymnasium. As he gets the steal, tries to get it up ahead, and he does get it to Richardson, but Richardson steps out of bounds. But just like that, a beautiful steal by Stifler. Just shows you his quickness and what he's willing to do for his team.
He's got a lot of moves. He's got a lot of athleticism, but as we mentioned earlier, transitioning into the guy is going to take some time, because normally, you know, you might have that athletic ability, which he does have, but it's almost like you got to let your mind catch up to your skills. And I think he will as the season progresses, as we go along. You know, we're in the very early stages of the season. I know it feels like it's the dead of winter right now, but as you mentioned, only the 4th conference game for the Tigers. And I think he'll learn, you know, we've seen on the offensive side, sometimes he's a little hyper-aggressive. On the defensive side with a couple reach-in fouls, but, you know, he's got the athleticism, and as the season progresses, the rest of his game will catch up.
Parker Smith back at the line for 2, knocks down the first one for the Cardinals. The Newport and Stevens girls played last night over in Claremont. And a much different story in that one, as the Newport girls came away with a comfortable 52-21 victory. Young Stevens girls program. They don't even have a JV team this year with such low numbers. So different story than what we're seeing tonight, as Ethan Hood tries to kiss that one off the glass, defensive rebound, quick up the floor to Parker Smith, and Smith with a nice move against Stifler. That's worth checking out again, as he works his way around Stifler, kisses it off the glass, and gets it to fall. Stifler trying to avenge that play on the other end of the court, has to give it up to Hood.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit of that, like I was talking about, that's going to catch up to him, or he's going to learn as the season progresses that, you know, this isn't a game of one-on-one out in the playground. And, okay, so Parker Smith, who is a little bit more polished than Stifler is at this point, he is able to finish, able to get the job done. Stifler may or may not have more ability. He just needs to realize, hey, I got beat. It's no big deal. I got 4 other guys out there who can help me on the next possession.
And I think the play that we just saw as you were describing that, you know, lends itself to what you were saying perfectly. I mean, you know, not much of a lane there, still throws off the shot, was fortunate enough to draw the foul, but, you know, probably not the ideal play given that situation. Stifler set for his second free throw. knocks that one down and cuts the deficit to 34-19 with just about 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Zach O'Brien gives it up in the corner. Back to Zach O'Brien, but Ty Richardson did a nice job denying that pass. Gets it into Smith in the paint, but knocked away. Nice defensive play by Newport, just getting their hands in the passing lanes, not making things easy on the Cardinals.
That's what you want from that zone defense, where you got a chance, you clog the lane, and you get your hands up and maybe create a turnover.
And I believe it was Stevens who took the timeout there, so we're going to take the timeout too from our YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply, where it's the Stevens Cardinals who lead Newport 34-19 with under 2 minutes to play here. Just a reminder to local sports fans, 94.5 ESPN Radio's Franklin and House Sports Talk Show is now on YCN. Every weekday evening at 6 p.m., YCN will replay 94.5's noon to 1 p.m. Franklin and House Show. Tune in to hear what's hot in local sports. As Noah Spalding puts up the three, can't knock it down. But once again, the story of the first half, another offensive board for the Cardinals. As O'Brien does get that one to fall. So Zach O'Brien putting up some serious numbers here for the Cardinals in the early going.
Another second chance basket for the Cardinals, and Jesse Stifler with the carry.
Not a call you see too often here at the high school level, but called nonetheless. Have you seen our new and improved website, ycnnow.com? Tune in whenever you want on your smartphone or computer for individual news stories, shows, segments, and Game of the Week, all from YCN, your local view. A little bit of a wild shot for the Cardinals, and Newport quick to push it down the other end, but a big steal, and Nicholas O'Brien off the glass and in. So Newport looks like it's on its way to a fast break, but just like that, Stevens coming up with the defensive play. And once again, another steal, number 24, Richard Bell, and he converts that layup. So that's going to prompt a quick timeout from Newport. He's going to take a full timeout with less than 1 minute remaining here in the first half. So when we come back, we'll have the final minute of the first half from our YCN Game of the Week.